Every second I noche. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to X Adventure here live on Twitch TV. I'm Dustin Moore, and tonight is the night, the finale here of Season 53 in the Forza Spec Racing Series. Did I say Season 53? I think I did. Finale of the season, the ninth and final race here out at Le Mans. Let's go ahead and take a look at the standings as we enter week number 5, coming out of week number 4's fun, in which LS Subaru picked up both victories out at Suzuka and the Bernese Alps. 297 points there to LS Subaru's name. Audrex at 277. Fear the Fun, 267. So, LS Subaru has not locked down the championship. It is still within reach. And depending on how the drivers finish tonight and then their drop week, whatever week was their worst in terms of overall point total, that will be removed, and we'll see where everybody stands on the leaderboard here. But again, this is coming out of week number 4. 249 for Slow Motion Fire. Yours truly at 224. Able to pick up 3 points there on Modern Weapon at 221. 190 for Midnight Rider. 186. Patches Riley to Bronham at 180. So Patches Riley able to move up one position if I am correct here since we last looked at the leaderboard. And Born as Ghost, 171 in 10th position. We've got Skinny, Kuda, Jode Sprocket, SFM Darkser, Blame Barney, who joined us there in week number 4 out at Suzuka in the rain, and the Bernese Alps, able to get 90 points. 15 drivers who have participated here in Season 53. If you'd like to be a part of the action moving forward, do not hesitate. Head on over to reddit.com/r/FM4 Season 54 information and what is supposed to be the final season in Forza Motorsport 7 for this particular community-based league. If you want to be a part of that, again, go introduce yourself there in their subreddit. They'll be happy to answer any questions that you may have and get you ready to get out on the track in about 4 weeks' time from tonight. There in late August. Is it late August or early September? I don't know. We're August 1 today. I think it might be late August. August 29th, at which week number 1, Season 54 would get going. And then you can get yourself familiar with the league. Get yourself familiar with some of the drivers in the league. And get a little bit of practice in. Some stick time before the new Forza Motorsport title drops here in October. Here's a look at the schedule, mostly in the rearview mirror. The only exception, of course, week number 5, that being today, Le Mans, 20 laps around the track. There is no qualifying, to remind you. If you don't remember, qualifying is scrapped from the finale, and instead they line up on the grid in reverse championship point total order. To put me a little bit further back in the pack. Right now, we've got 12 drivers in the lobby. Slow Motion Fire, Enraged Barney, Patches Riley, Midnight Rider, Audrex, Fear the Fun, Subaru, Bronham, Skinny, Jode Sprocket, Kuda93, and me, Shadow Edge. How's everybody doing? It's been a little bit. It's been a week since I've last streamed here on the channel. Had some family in town, had a great time, and I'm excited to get back behind the wheel. I didn't get any practice in, though, if we're going to be, fully transparent here and just kind of set expectations right out the gate. Did not get any practice in. I think my tune for this Mercedes-Benz G65 is going to be okay for Le Mans. Down the circuit, down the Mulsanne straight with the 2 chicanes. This is going to be the modern Le Mans circuit. So with the 2 chicanes there on the back straightaway, I think I've got my final drive set pretty much where I want it. Penguin there in the chat says, oh, Barney starts in first. That is correct. Barney will be on pole unless we have another driver who hops into the lobby that has 0 points. But right now, nobody has done that. So, yeah, you are correct. Enraged Barney would be on pole. And Penguin saying it's over for everybody else. We'll see. The one thing that I am, of course, interested in, being that seeing that I had not practiced before tonight's race, is that there is going to be a pit strategy needed. There is going to have to be some sort of pit strategy involved. My strategy will be when the fuel tank goes low, go into pit lane. That's going to be my strategy. If you've ever driven your truck in the last 24 hours, you've practiced. I have. No, I have not. I have not driven my truck in the last 24 hours. Nope, I haven't. All right, so we've got Ghibli Giblets here in the chat. Penguin, LS Subaru was in here earlier, dropping a hello and slow motion fire. For those of you who might be watching on demand, welcome. Thanks for tuning in, even if you can't make it live. Great to have your viewership. We'll talk a little bit about the upcoming content here on the channel a little bit later on, as we've got some trucking to do here going into the weekend. And then here we are in the month of August, which happens to be my birth month. So I know I keep teasing it, but I actually have the content in my library that I plan to play. It's just a matter now of, well, it kind of has been a matter of figuring out exactly what date, what times everything's going to be happening. So if you're interested in watching kind of like an 80s throwback stream, and by that I mean like the sounds, the sights, the sounds will be 80s. It's not going to be like retro gaming or anything like that. We've done that here on the broadcast, and we'll probably do that again in the future. But it's actually there are actually games that you know, pay homage to the 80s and even the 90s. So it's not strictly 80s throwback, but more so just back to, I guess, something that resembles my childhood. Well, I shouldn't say that, because one of the games doesn't resemble my childhood. It's just from that time period. So I hope that has you all on pens and needles. If you're curious to know what I'm talking about here, I will get that populated on the schedule soonest. And then, of course, at that point, I will share here on the broadcast. But again, we do have some content to talk about, some new content to talk about here for future streams. We'll preview that here toward the end of the broadcast. We've got Blame Barney in the chat. I wish I'm starting last, says Barney. Because I missed a bunch of races, it doesn't count. Okay. Good to know. Blame Barney saying that... you know, despite having just the 90 points, which is quite good considering Barney only raced in week number 4, that Barney's current standing on the overall leaderboard does not count toward the grid ordering here for tonight's race. Very good. So, Blame Barney will be somewhere. It sounds like toward the back of the pack. Penguin says, that's a scam. They're just delaying the inevitable. Penguin is really on one tonight. Really, really rooting for Blame Barney in this one. It looks like we're going to get kind of a late day skybox here at Le Mans. Late afternoon, early evening maybe. I like it, but it's going to be nice and well lit. So we're going to be able to see the action from the hood of my G-Wagon, the G65 here, to which we've tuned to B600, the B600 on the Performance Index scale. Come season 54, you will no longer have to watch from my vantage point, from my perspective. We will go back to spectate mode. But I wanted to take the opportunity here in season 3, and because we had folks subscribe to the channel that hit a threshold in which I was forced to participate here in season 53. This is a one-shot deal. So we'll go back to the spectating view, be able to see the action from the front to the back of the pack and everything in between, green to checkered. But here you've got, at least for tonight, one more race behind or on the hood of my G-Wagon here in season 53 FM4. Subaru is toward the back as well, says Blame Barn. Yeah, that's correct, because Subaru does have the most points, so Subaru will be back there. As long as the raid boss is in the back, we're good, says Penguin. The Raid Boss. Okay. Ghibli Giblet says the Stanley Parable. No, not Stanley Parable. Stanley Parable is one of those games that even when it goes on discount, it's like, really? I think the game is only supposed to last like 4 hours. I think like closer to 8 or 10 if you want to get all of the endings, but not Stanley Parable. It's one that I want to visit. The remade version. I watched a little bit of that experienced by another streamer here on Twitch, and it was quite interesting and amusing and funny, comical. So looking to check that out. Slow Motion Fire says, remember on the start for this, Dustin, there is a roll-off, and you just go when the game allows you to. Thank you for the reminder. So not only are we in reverse grid order based on championship points, but there is a roll-off delay. Penguin says, Shovel Knight. It's Retro 8. No. Shovel Knight. What is the other game? There's a bunch of those roguelike games. I could never play those. I would get so frustrated. Never will you catch me playing Shovel Knight. It looks cool. I know the game has pretty high accolades, or, well, not or. It's a pretty high accolades and a positive reception from gamers, but that's not for me. No, it's gonna be something that's it's actually gonna be a couple of somethings. All right, Jode Sprocket has jumped out of the lobby, but I suspect Jode Sprocket will be back. So we're just going to sit tight here for a little bit. I know we're a couple of minutes past the top of the hour, but again, no qualifying here tonight, so it really streamlines the action here tonight. We're going to just jump right into the racing. A Doom game. No, there are a couple of titles that are really recent. They're really recent. But again, they're paying homage to 80s, 90s time period. Not a Doom game. Although I played not the latest Doom, but the Doom before that, like Doom, like refreshing the franchise. Really enjoyed it. But I haven't checked out the latest Doom. I say the latest. I know it's been out for like, what, 3-4 years at this point? Doom's a good time. Especially for somebody like me who isn't good at multiplayer games. Multiplayer shooters, and you just want to shoot aliens. Demons. Not aliens. Demons. All right, looks like, do we have Jode Sprocket back in? I think we do. And we've got a countdown. Let's get out there. It's going to be Jode Sprocket. Kuda93 on row number 1. Skinny and DeBron on row number 2. Patches Riley, Midnight Redder in row number 3. And yours truly in Slow Motion Fire in row number 4. So on and so forth. Let's get to going. What's going on there? Trottin' Boots, welcome to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. Again, we have a roll-off delay here. What's going on? What is happening? I don't know why. My controller was turned. I think my window wasn't active. My Forza window was not active. It's active now. Here we go. Kick the tires, light the fire. Season 53 finale with yours truly. I know, very dangerous. Behind the wheel here. Out at Le Mans for 20 laps. And I am in the wrong gear. I'm absolutely in the wrong gear. All right, let's get out onto the Mulsanne straight here. Getting side by side with Zadon Drex. A little bit of contact. No, that's Subaru. A little bit of contact there. Thank you very much for the follow, whoever that is. Much appreciated. All right. Let's get out here on the straightaway, and I need to get my, yes, I need that screen up so that I can see my fuel situation. All right, so I've already dropped back thanks to my errant start there. Perfect day for racing. It's a pretty good one. I just wish I would have started better. But hey, we've got plenty of laps, plenty of mileage here to change things for the better. All right, into the first chicane here, and it looks like DeBronum off the track, able to get back on. LS Subaru able to make a pass there on the outside, coming out of the first chicane, and now down the straightaway we go. Pretty much single file formation here, trying to make the best use of the slipstream. Trying to. Currently 12 of 12 drivers. Looks like LS Subaru is going to take the inside line there with Enraged Barney on the outside, at least for the first part of this second chicane. Then Enraged Barney, well, and I'm in the wrong gear. I got to drop that down to second. I like where my gearing is for Le Mans here, but I gotta shift correctly. Is this a Dr. Pepper car? Yes, Dr. Pepper and corn nuts. That's what my sponsors are. Wishful thinking. I wish they were actually sponsors. And wow, very hard on the brake. There goes Fear the Fun, spinning it out. We've got DeBronum right here on the back side, but now out in front of us, 9th, 8th, 7th, and 6th. A grouping of cars trying to get back up toward the front of the pack after a dreadful start here at the beginning of this Season 53 finale. Jode Sprocket in 9th position. Kuda is currently our race leader. There we go, a couple of cars. That's going to be Enraged Barney. Even LS Subaru off the track a little bit. I go into that corner, the left-hander a little bit too strong. Jode Sprocket. A little bit of contact, but obviously was able to avoid anything serious until there. Wow. This guy should be the announcer, not the racer. I normally am. Because we hit a subscriber threshold, I am racing this season, and obviously, as you can tell, not very well. I'm better behind the microphone if I do say so myself. Behind the sticks, not so much. We'll get back to spectate mode in Season 54, I promise you that. All right, here we go. Are these the Porsche curves? Are we in the Porsche curves yet? Maybe. Making our exit back toward the start-finish line. We'll have these couple of chicanes here before that. And there goes DeBronum. Looks like maybe DeBronum got up onto the curbing, perhaps spun the tires there in the G65. And that's what flung him off to the side of the track. Able to make a recovery, hopefully, without any damage. Ooh, and I'm going to end up cutting this corner here, slowing it down so as not to take too much of an advantage of that. And there goes, looks like Fear the Fun maybe making contact with, was that DeBronum or Jode Sprocket? I think it was Jode Sprocket. DeBronum we saw earlier there out of the Porsche curves. But it looks like maybe DeBronum, or excuse me, Jode Sprocket and Fear the Fun having a little bit of contact before coming across the lines. Fear the Fun slowing down a bit. And of course, I'm in the wrong gear once again. Trying to allow Jode to get back into position, but it just wasn't going to happen. Jode was face first into the concrete barrier. There goes Skinny, a little bit wide as we came off the hill there underneath the Dunlop Bridge portion of the track here early on. And now back out onto the Mulsanne Straight. Let's get up to 8th and let's start chasing down that mid-pack group. I gotta get back up there. I cannot allow Modern Weapon Although I'm not sure. I'm trying to remember if Modern Weapon was in the lobby for the start of the race here. I don't recall. Let me duck into the inside here of Skinny so I can ID the entry into this first chicane here. Of course, they've got the tire wall set up there. Like is present in the real world. Oh, and then looks like Fear the Fun trying to go to the inside. All kinds of chaos. We've got donuts everywhere. Fear the Fun able to escape. Skinny, I think, also getting collected in that mess. Fear the Fun went to the inside of me. And I'm not sure what happened. It looks like they both escaped unharmed, vehicle damage-wise. And now I move up to 8th position of 12. Got a lot of work to do here. Very early on in the race, however. We've got 20 laps. Fear the Fun letting me know he's there. A little bump into the second chicane. All right. At some point, I got to get this gearing correct. Otherwise, I'm going to keep giving up ground like this terribly. All right. Goose Fraba. Calm down. It's been a little bit here. I've gotten no practice in since we were last out on the track in week number 4 a week ago. So I just got to find my center here in the G65. All right, there we go. That's the gear I'm looking for. Wow, that dirt really pulled me over. I thought I was getting tapped here on the passenger side. No, it's just the left side of the G65 veering over to the left there because I was somewhat off the track. This is rough. This is a rough start here today. Here comes Skinny closing in quick. I'm really going to give up quite a few positions on the leaderboard if I don't pick up the pace. Focus. Just focus. Avoiding the tire wall there. There is going to be the need for a pit stop here. As we can tell, toward the end of lap number 2, I'm down to 77.1. I hope the same can be said for the majority of the field and that I don't have some sort of absurd fuel consumption compared to everybody else. We'll see here as the midpoint of the race comes along. Depending on where I'm at, I might adjust my strategy a little bit, depending on who's around me and what's going on. Try to find myself any advantage that I can get to make up for the, well, things like that, running wide there. Fortunately, there was some runoff area. There goes Fear the Fun. Here through the first chicane toward the end of the track. Flying off into the kitty litter. Skinny's going to get around as well. Back up to 8th position, and we've lost a driver. One driver out of the race here early. So I've got Midnight Rider out in front of me in 7th. Skinny behind me in 9th. Wow. That was scary. Come on, let's go. Got to keep Skinny off my heels. We've got several vehicles out in front. So, folks, I've got more positions to be gained. As long as I can get myself focused once again here, we can gain some spots. I say we because y'all are along for the ride. Skinny is after that Dr. Pepper. Don't let him get you. Try not to. Try not to. All right, here we go. First quarter here of lap number 3. Quarter of the lap. Midnight Rider out in front of me by about 9 seconds at this point. Are those headlights in front of me? Did somebody spin around that badly, or do we just have a reflection? Oh my gosh, why am I'm slowing down way too early. I think I was getting too distracted by what was out in front of me. What looked like headlamps. Oh my gosh, we got tires everywhere. I think it might have just been the glow of somebody's G-Wagon with the white livery. Or, well, no, that's Skinny, I believe, there in my rear view mirror. Look at that. It looks like headlamps again. I know, these are not good corners. These are sloppy corners. I'm trying to clean it up. I've knocked off a tenth of a second. Well, nope. Midnight Rider has gained it back. 8.8 seconds out in front of me in 7th position. Rex now showing as our race leader, and it looks like we're going to get a restart here. Which does favor me. A restart after this lap certainly helps me out. The end of lap number 3. As whoever we may have lost there, the 12th driver on the grid, is going to be looking to get back in. Whiskey Canuck. So, are people going Xbox or PC? I'll be on PC. What's going on there, Whiskey Canuck? Good to see you again. I will be on PC. As I am right now. Why a restart? Usually in these final races of the season, because they are like little mini endurance events, if within the first half of the race or so, if somebody gets a disconnect, they will allow that driver to get back in the race. Of course, the way that it has to be done here in Forza Motorsport 7, hopefully it changes with the new Forza Motorsport title. The only way for that driver to get back into the race is if the lobby is completely reset. Now, the organizers will take note of where everybody's... Oh my gosh, I keep running that corner wide. We'll take note of where everybody is positioned and realign them accordingly. Just think of it as like a yellow flag in real-world racing, which allows the group to kind of bunch back up. So for those who maybe weren't off to such a great start like myself, well, a restart can be beneficial. All right, are we stopping up here, or are we actually continuing on? It looks like we are stopping. Okay. You betcha, Trotton. Again, welcome. All right, so where did I start? Did I start in 8th position? Trying to remember where I started here in this race. Kind of like a red flag. Yeah. I mean, I guess it is because we are stopping. But unlike a red flag where you stop where you're at, we cross the line, we get in this group, they take note of where everybody's at. Now, hopefully in the new Forza Motorsport title, they will simply allow drivers to either reconnect to the lobby. Well, not either. Reconnect to the lobby and in some way either start them out in the pit stall or have them ghost in back on the track where they were last before they got disconnected. And that could help keep races going seamlessly without the stop starting and all that. Are you reducing the lap counter to account for the laps run? They will. They will reduce the the race by the 3 laps that we've already run. So what was a 20-lap race will now become a 17-lap race, although what you will see in the upper right-hand corner will be 18 laps. That final lap is just what they call a cool-down lap, so they can kind of take note of where everybody finished and not have the game factor in things like penalty time and all that. So it will be 17 laps, unless I don't know how to count. Should be 17 laps when we return here after the restart. Oh, man. Well, again, this is beneficial for me. 12 drivers back into the lobby. I will be placed in 8th position and so much closer to Midnight Rider and company than I was there just a moment ago, where I was 8.8 seconds back. Counting is hard. It'd be understandable not to know how to. Well, because I think we just did 3 laps, correct? I'm basing it off the notion that we did 3 laps, correct? Did we not? I think we did. So unless I did not know where the heck I was, then yeah, we should be good. Normal 10-second FM4 start. Okay. Got it. Yeah, I got to count the fingers and the toes. I got to put little little tally marks on a piece of paper over here. You guys don't see all the cheat sheet notes that I have? I don't have that many. I don't have that many at all. Especially this season, since I'm racing. When we get back to season 54, try to be on top of my game with letting you all know who is where, points, totals, track information, all that. Multiplication tables. Yes, exactly. All right, we've got the 12 drivers. Like they're all readied up, so the only thing that we're waiting on right now is for Slow Motion Fire and crew to ensure that everybody is in the right grid order, which actually might have us readying up again. We're currently all readied up, but I think the game will say that the organizers changed things here because they got to place everybody accordingly. Thanks for tuning in. Welcome to the Season 53 finale here of the Forza Spec Racing Series. I'm Dustin Moore, and I have been racing here in Season 53. And it's been fun. I'm currently 5th overall on the leaderboard, trying to make up some ground if possible. Make up some ground if I can. All right, the controller or Forza Motorsport 7 should be active for me this time. Should be. All right. I believe here we are waiting for our lead driver to, as soon as our current pole sitter, which is Audrex, moves, everybody else is free to move as well. Kick the tires, light the fires, restarting after a yellow flag, red flag, whichever you want to call it. Season 53 finale, race number 9 here. Out at Le Mans. Back up toward the Dunlop Bridge, all kinds of contact as we go too wide. There through the corner, now up to P6 right now, side by side with, looks like Fear the Fun on the inside. No, that's Cuda 93, the school bus, with a monochromatic looking livery this time and not just the matte yellow. And there goes Cuda off the track. We'll go ahead and get around, try to avoid any contact. And now let's chase down Slow Motion Fire, who happens to be 4th overall on the leaderboard, just in front of me, who is, I am in 5th on that leaderboard. All right, who do we have here? This is going to be Midnight Rider trying to reclaim position. You may remember before the restart, Midnight Rider was in front of me. We make the charge down the first portion of the Mulsanne straight here, coming up to the chicane. Everybody looking pretty tidy here, getting up onto the curbing. On the wrong gear. That's actually Fear the Fun. I don't know why I thought it was Midnight Rider. That is Fear the Fun now, up to P6. Off-road racing is usually frowned upon in track. This is true. This is true, Whiskey Canuck. Here in the Forza Spec Racing Series, a little bit of leeway. It's a beer league, and by that they mean they're racing for bragging rights. But you know, race to your skill level. Don't get too discouraged if you're not keeping up with the lead pack. There's a great diversity of driver skill out here in FM4. Just find somebody who you compete closely with and make it your mission to try to race better than them. For me, that is slow motion fire here in season 53. All right, down the ladder portion here of the Mulsanne. Oh gosh, oh no. Stay out of the kitty litter if I can. And of course I'm in the wrong gear. Oh, that was sloppy. No, it's not. Yeah, definitely not a not that kind of beer league. Come on, close that gap. We're on a racing island here. Not a huge racing island, but kind of losing sight of Fear there in 6th with Midnight Rider back behind me by 2 seconds. Get out of the kitty litter. Come on, we're making sandcastles. Midnight Rider goes off into the dirt as well and up into the tire wall. That looked like a pretty rough hit. And there's Audrex. Enraged Barney turned around, making a pass there up to P5. And, oh my gosh. Looks like Audrex was a part of that too. All kinds of craziness here on the restart. It has obviously closed the field back up or brought everybody back together. Let's see if I can't parlay this into a much better run here for 17 laps of the 20 slated for race number 9 here, the finale. Closing in on slow motion fire. Oh my gosh, I'm running that corner too wide. I'm gonna slow it up, but there is that is slow motion fire out in front of me by a little more than 2.5 seconds. Now this is going to be interesting in terms of fuel strategy, because oh gosh, by having to restart, our fuel tanks have filled back up, our tires are fresh, and yeah, 87% fuel in the tank at the moment after 1 lap on the restart. Closing in quick here on slow motion fire and Fear the Fun, man. What has my pace up at the moment? I'm not sure. Looking out into the distance there, you see LS Subaru, our race leader now. Let's go. Let's get him, chat. Let's get him. Can we get a podium? I know, I might be getting ahead of myself here. Let's see, we still have 12 drivers out on the track. So although we have seen a few incidents, everybody is still out on the circuit. And no second restart needed, at least not at this point. Let's go, keep it going. Let's do the correct gearing here. Come on, Dustin. Oh, and going through. Wow, what happened there to slow motion fire? I don't know if maybe slow had a controller disconnect, but slow face first into the tire barrier. That or just late braking. Now up to P4. Blame Barney there in the chat saying absolutely got collected by Audrex in a crash at Ornage, which we did see. We did see that. All right, up to P4. Chat, if I get a pole finish, I might lose my mind. Currently in P4, a lot of racing to go. I cannot get ahead of myself. And without a doubt, those drivers who are behind me are going to be charging. They're coming after me. All right, there we go. Let's go. Let's go. Got to repeat this. Got to keep it going. Get that momentum. Get that consistency. Keep Patches Riley within reach here. 4.2 seconds out in front of me. In P3. Correct. 17 laps. Don't worry about that 18th lap. We are racing to the end of 17. Don't worry about the 18th. Wow, I am closing the gap? Are you kidding me? Oh, almost found myself head first into that tire wall once again. This group behind me, though, they are coming up quick. Even if Patch's lead is staying, well, about to expand here to 5 seconds. So I'm not actually closing the gap. It just seemed that way as we went into Arnage. I might get quiet here for a bit. Stay focused. Let's not run this one wide. There we go. Oh, gosh, got the back end out. All right, we just got to clean that one up. Just got to clean that one up. Now 6.4 seconds out in front of DeBronham right now. It seems like my lead has increased. I wonder if they had another little bit of an incident there from 6th on back, or excuse me, 5th on back. There we go. There we go. Come on. Let's go. 4 seconds. Closing the gap here to 4 seconds. Passes Riley in third. I knew I would like my gearing here. The way I had the G65 set up, I would like the final gear the way I had it set up coming into this finale here at Le Mans. So if I like the gearing, I've got to now show that I can make the most of it. Dropping down there in a second, making the absolute most of the Rippums. Now increasing the lead on DeBronham by another second. The Rippums. That's right. Oh, I'm about to sneeze. And I can't reach for the mic mute button, so my apologies if I sneeze into the microphone. The sneeze is going to show up at the worst possible moment. Go. These curbs are deceiving. They unsettled the G65 more than I expect them to. I've shaved another 0.2 of a second off of Patches Riley's lead, and I keep tacking that onto my lead over DeBronham at the moment. Come on, chat. I need your energy. Okay, I was thinking I was going into that corner too fast. Thanks, Penguin. All right, 68% in the fuel tank. Powered by G Fuel. I would never. Powered by Dr. Pepper. The Dr. Pepper Keurig Company. Come on. Ooh. Actually, that had me going into that corner a lot braver than I normally would. I thought I was braking late, but that was probably the right time to brake. If I could only take a mental note of where that was on the track, however. All right, Patches Riley has expanded that lead again, back up over over 4 seconds. So Patches Riley seems to be back in a groove. That, or I am just slowing up. Too slow there. Don't slow down so much, Dustin. Come on. Have a little bit more confidence. Get away. I touched them. I touched the tires. Use your code KERCHOW for 10%. Okay. Stay composed. Stay composed. Tires shouldn't be an issue. Just fuel. Just fuel. Oh, hold on. All right, Patches Riley now about to expand that lead to 5 seconds. Got my work cut out. Jeez. Well, the good thing is I'm not giving up any ground to DeBronham. Bad news is I'm not gaining any ground on Patches. Oh, come on. Oh, what slop. What slop that was. I have to say, you know, the G65 is unlike anything that I would ever normally run here in Forza Motorsport 7, and so the lack of consistency isn't because I'm trying, but it's because I just don't think I understand how this thing drives quite yet, even though I've been behind the wheel of this thing throughout Season 53. All right, bringing that gap back down to 4.5 seconds here with Patches increasing the gap on DeBronham, now up to 8.5. I still don't understand why it looks like there are headlamps down the Mulsanne straight here. Oh, that's sloppy. Come on. All right, cleaned it up on the exit. Stay off those. Oh, that's a tire. I was going to say, I hope that thing is not sitting on my air dam and just holding me up. I don't think it is. I think it's shot out beneath, behind my car. This track is lengthy. Yeah. Welcome to Le Mans. Ooh. Perhaps perhaps my cleanest run through that second chicane there on the Mulsanne straight. Let's go. Come on. Patches Riley, get over here. I'm really quite surprised that I am not getting, that nobody's catching up to me. They must have had a pretty significant incident back behind me for me to have the gap the way that I do on 5th. I think someone in chat said it's a graphical bug, those headlamps. Okay. That makes sense. It's like the car is see-through, so you see their headlamps, even though the headlamps are pointed the other direction. Probably what's happening there. It's probably what's going on. All right, I can be a lot smoother there. I tried to go through that corner quicker, and it kind of worked. I just need a better line and a better exit and better shifting here. Coronage, and there we go. All right, down to 53% left in the fuel tank. I miss spectator. I know, Penguin. I know. We'll get back to... I won't be racing in season 54. At least now I can check it off the bucket list. The current subscription goal is set to 39. It's a lofty goal, but it is to match the age I am turning here in the month of August 2023. And if by some miracle we make it to 39 concurrent subscribers, I will build a Back to the Future DeLorean out of Legos. So that's a thing. But the very most I ask of the viewers, click that follow button. If you're enjoying the content, again, we'll be off the hood. We'll be back into spectator mode here for season 54. If you're enjoying the content, please click the follow button. Oh my gosh. Much like Trot and Boots did earlier here in the broadcast. Be greatly appreciated. All right, across the line here, lap number 5, beginning of lap number 5 of the 17 that we have remaining after the restart. And now we are down to 11 drivers. Where there once were 12, we are down to 11, and I don't yet see a note that we are restarting. Oh my gosh. Well, I can't gain any ground that way. Almost 6 seconds, or about to be 6 seconds here, Patches Riley has on me. Not making this easy on myself to try to get a podium, huh? Making it the most difficult thing could possibly... Yeah, stay off of those. Stay off of that rumble strip there on the runoff area. I feel like my G65 will get slingshotted into the air if I touch those. I'm getting senile. Not getting senile. I'm trying to, because I'm streaming, I'm trying to, you know, make this as entertaining as possible instead of just being quiet, which I probably should do. Distracting myself by thinking of things to say. Come on. Patches Riley now 6.3 seconds out in front of me. Good thing is, Cuda93 now has gotten around to Branham, but still 9.5 seconds back behind Wah. A little sloppy. A little sloppy there. Good speed. I carried good speed into the corner. It just got a little sloppy. Didn't hit the apex there on the entry quite the way I'd want to, and now I shifted up too early. Now a 10-second lead over the Branham, who is in 5th position. I'm really surprised. My guess is that we've got drivers who maybe they already went into pit lane, although I find that hard to believe because I don't know that the fuel consumption is going to allow such an early stop. But if they had damage to the vehicle, well, they may have had to go in regardless. Down to 42%, so now less than half of a tank remaining here. This is actually going to be interesting. We may, it's shaping up to be a multi-stop event at this point, which had I practiced, I would have known. Or at least the math is looking to be a multi-stop for me. Wrong gear, too slow on the entry. At some point here, I may churn out a lap that I can be happy with. Big one says, practice is for losers. I'd like to think that, but yeah, I don't know that that holds any weight. Oh, I was kind of happy with that entry until I slowed it down to the point of getting into the grass. All right. Come on, I want to see this gap here between Patches and I close back down. I don't like seeing it go up to 6 seconds. Oh, and I'm running it. Oh, this is terrible. Getting the driver side wheels up into the air. Gotta be careful with that too. I don't think I've seen anybody roll the G-Wagon here in season 53. I don't know if our setup will would permit such a thing to happen with Forza Motorsport 7 physics, but I don't want to be the one to test it. I don't want to test that theory. All right, look at that, shaving almost a full second off of the lead that Patches has on me up there in P3. Let's see if I can do that again here. Like it. Slow and steady, right, chat? Consistency is key. You don't have to go into every corner. With the speed to rip off the doors, you just got to go into every corner, hitting your mark and exiting smoothly. Down to 4.1 seconds now. I don't know. Some of the things I might be saying don't make any sense. I'm looking into these corners while I'm moving my mouth, and I don't know that I'm really making any sense. So bear with me, please. Wow, look at all those tires scattered about. Down to 4 seconds, even 3.9 there. Patches Riley having on me. Yeah, there you go. Get those rip'ems up. Eke out as much power down the straightaway as possible. How about you now? How about you now? Come on. Ugh. I know it's not as clean through there as it could be, but that was better. That's better than what we've seen laps past. Did somebody tell Subaru he's allowed to slow down? Subaru doing LS Subaru things right now. 31 seconds out in front of me, which is in racing a lifetime of a lead. Ooh. Okay. Got a little bit of snap action going on in the steering there. Fortunately able to keep the front end of the Dr. Pepper livery G65 in the right direction. Now an 11-second lead. Audrex has moved up to P5. That's what worries me, is seeing Audrex in P5. I'll be honest. Gonna make my push for a pole finish rather difficult. Don't mind me just sliding through the corner, and now, yeah, you can see Audrex closing that gap. Oh well. Oh well. All I can do is just stay focused, run the best race that I can, and not get too caught up with what's going on behind me. Okay. That was a decent recovery. Lipping the throttle. Ugh. Sloppy. Back within 3.5 seconds here of Patches. Fifth place is having a straight up fight. Yeah, no doubt. The jockeying of position back there is real. We're seeing it on the leaderboard there in the bottom left. Okay. It might be one of my better runs through the Dunlop curves. I'm not saying it's ideal, but it worked. Oh my gosh. Stay off those curbs. Okay, I didn't. If I run that corner, that right-hander correctly, I don't need to shift down to second. I've only shifted down to second in the past because I haven't run it correctly. I haven't lined up the G65 very well on the entry. Let's keep that in mind next time by. 22.9% left here in the fuel tank. Oh. Yo, Ghibli, thank you very much for the subscription. 40 months. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Great timing. Jeez. Audrex now within 7.5 seconds. Dude is on a mission. Dude is on a mission to get back what was his before an incident there earlier on after the restart. Audrex, I believe, third overall on the leaderboard entering week number 5. This race number 9 season 53 finale. I shipped up too early again. No, 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 no. That was so close. That was so close to disaster. I was thinking I was going into a different corner than I really was. Not focusing. I thought I was going into this corner right here. This one, right here, was wrong. Track awareness. Wow. I almost lost the back end there. Under a little bit of braking. Rexes. Tearing up Le Mans right now. There he is. Found him. Oh! It's a Mercedes-Benz, not a John Deere! That would have been bad. Oh, there goes Patches Riley. Patches in the pit lane. Here on lap number, would be lap number 10 of 20. If we were including the other 3 laps, but because we did a restart and that refilled everybody's fuel tank and tires, we'll just call it lap number, well, the end of lap 7, the beginning of lap 8. What do we have here? That's going to be second position of Fear the Fun. This is interesting. Curious here on the strategies. What am I overlooking? Not sure. Oh, sloppy. Very sloppy. Let's see if we can't get Audrex to get around me here on the straightaway. Currently sitting in P3. Audrex going to slipstream around. Going to go ahead and just duck back onto the back end here of Audrex. Whoa. Oh! Oh, it must have been a tire chat because the driver just said dope. Did Subaru lose first for a second there? I don't think so. Obviously, the gap has closed following Subaru's, between Subaru and I, because Subaru has taken a pit stop. Everybody else went in a lap earlier than I. I feel like I'm okay, though. I hope I haven't miscalculated. Wouldn't surprise me if I have. At 7.6 seconds. Gallons, or not even gallons, but percent left in the fuel tank. Ugh. This is going to be very close, Chad. I may have miscalculated. If I stop talking, maybe I'll have enough fuel. happy. I don't shift down so far, too. That may help. %. Yeah, we are looking at a two-stop race here. Two-stopper, 3.4% in the fuel tank. Oh, my gosh. I think I'm okay. Barely. Barely. Yep. We're good. Is that Audrex also going in? Or Fear the Fun? Oh, it's Audrex! Hello. Dirt. Okay, clearly I haven't practiced the entry here at Le Mans. All right, so currently in 4th. Am I going to stay there is the question. Patches Riley 23 seconds behind. I move up to 3rd momentarily, but here comes, is this Patches or is this a back marker? No, this is Patches, I think. Yep, it is Patches in 5th. Well out in front of Kuda right now, so I have nobody behind me. Okay, cold tires. Currently in 5th. The driver who I have the best chance of overtaking is going to be Patches. Yeah, the exit was pretty close. Yeah, there's no way I'm catching Audrex. Only 6 seconds out in front of me, but that is going to continue to increase, and I should be seeing Patches here in that P4 spot pretty soon. As it's not a tire advantage that is going to propel Audrex into 3rd, but rather skill. And there enough, sure enough, is Patches Riley. And of course, I've shifted up too soon. Kuda 93 starting to close in, 12 or 11 and a half seconds behind. Shooting for a top 5 finish. Top 4 would be dang awesome. I'd be happy to conclude season 53 with a P4. Sure would. Right now, LS Subaru 48.3 seconds out in front of our race leader here for the season 53 finale. Looking to secure the championship there is Subaru. Not great. Not terrible. Pretty good for an announcer going senile. Thanks, Trotton. I'm glad I have your vote of confidence. We'll see how that works out for you. Or more so for me. Trying to go into that one a little bit more confident. It seems to have paid off. I like that run. Oh! Wow. Mashing the throttle, that G65 just doesn't... mashing the throttle on exit just doesn't allow the G65 to corner, at least the way that I have it tuned up. And so what looked like an easy pass by the barriers came a close call. Saved it. Oh, look out, look out, look out. Oh my gosh, what am I doing? I don't like what's happening. Together. This is why I can't catch up to Patches. You were top 3 there for a bit, keeping up the consistency. I know. Well, and I had the luck of being in the top 3 thanks to an incident that Audrex got caught up in earlier. So I think top 3 is out of the question. Now it's just a matter of, can I get P4? If I can string together a few good laps here, I'm confident I can get around Patches, but it's a big contingency involved. What was that? You think Barney let me have it with respect, or out of respect for the Dr. Pepper brand? Well, hey, if you're saying my sponsor has netted me one position I'll chalk that up as a positive partnership, imaginative partnership, but at least in my mind, it's real. All right, Chad. So the question is, what do I do about the pit strategy now? Gonna need one more stop. We're racing to the end of lap 17. Not to the end of 18, but to the end of 17. So we're gonna keep that in mind. Trying to go into that corner a bit bolder. Man, Patches rallies really opened up the gap between 4th and 5th here. 9-second lead at this point. Maybe one day I'll get that corner. Okay, just focus. This being the finale here of Season 53, the points are doubled. That's important to keep note of. Really help drivers out on the overall leaderboard if they have a good, solid finish. A driver like myself could benefit. I have not overlooked the fact that Slow Motion Fire is now the driver behind me in P6. I'm very well aware. That might have been my fastest run through that chicane. Those two chicanes. We are on lap number 11 of 17. Actually, I don't... Maybe there isn't a stop required. Well, no, there is. There's going to be. Time to get serious, chat. Put my game face on. Ooh, look out for those. Gun it and run it. Let's go down the straightaway. Extending the lead here on Slow Motion Fire, at least for now. What am I doing, man? I'm so sloppy. I'm glad for the Mulsanne straight, so I get a chance to breathe here a little bit. A little bit. Okay. Bit more tidy there. It was a bit more tidy. Man, Patches is having a race today. Patches is having themselves a race. Yep. Not sure what that was all about. Not good. Not good. Subaru's gonna be done a whole minute early. Yeah, I know. That's insane. Well, it's not insane. I would actually expect Subaru be done like 15 minutes early. The fact that it's only a minute. Now, of course, this is based on, again, the fact that Subaru has nerfed himself here in Season 53, and by that I mean he's not permitted himself to practice for each of these races throughout Season 53, nor can he change his tune off of the original tune used in week number 1. He's had to keep the same tune all throughout all 9 races. And that obviously imposes challenges. Why can't I take the Dunlop chicane, curves, whatever, like that every time? That felt pretty smooth. Gotta do that more, I think. Oh, that's not good. Too slow. Too slow. Yeah, he's nerfed. All right, so what was a kind of an offensive push to see if I can't get around patches has now become a defensive struggle. Any more mistakes and slow motion fire is going to be right on my back bumper. Focus. Focus. Oh. A 1.2 second split from where I was on my best lap. Losing over a second is no bueno. Oh. Slowed down too much. My main concern at this point now is, have I done something wrong in terms of pitch strategy, and do I not have my vehicle set up to maximize the laps that I had remaining following the first stop? That I am unsure of. Of course, if I were spectating, we would take a look across the field at where everybody sits. In terms of their fuel load, that is a bit impossible at the moment. Much like me churning out a nice, clean lap, seems to be. Kind of all over the place there, but not bad. 49.5. Oh my gosh. That's not good. Driving on the two wheels really ruins the steering. Oh. Losing some frames there. It was awkward. Well, more like 4.5 remaining. We haven't completed lap 13 yet, so. If you could drift boost like in Mario, you'd be killing it. Oh no, I'm sure then everybody else would be drift boosting better than I, if that were the case. Oh no. He's getting close, chat. He's getting close. I'm on the wrong side of the road. Oh my. Wow. That's a first. Not even lining up on the right side of the road. Really losing focus, getting too caught up in what's happening behind me. Letting myself get too concerned with what's in the rearview mirror. That was quite possibly my best run there. Still slower than my best lap, of course. Okay. Yo, Trotting Boots, thank you so much for the subscription. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I wish I could only say my thanks, give my thanks under better circumstances. I am slippery. Knees weak. Arms are heavy. Now you could say 4 laps to go. Lap 14, 15, 16, and 17. And that was slow. And that was too fast. Oh my gosh. Chat. Things are going wrong. Things are going bad. I think I have to find a way to conserve fuel. I don't know that everybody else is in the same predicament as I think I might be underperforming in terms of fuel consumption. It's a hunch. Just a hunch. Lock up the brakes a little bit, you know, as I do. Quick maps. Quick maps, unlike my my lap pace. Haven't allowed slow motion fire to close the gap anymore, but I haven't extended it either. Not allowing to close the gap might be the best I can hope for right now. % in the tank. Okay. Oh, come on. Hold on. Hold on. Yo! Did it not? Wait. Did Trotting Boots gift this sub? Trotting Boots gifted a sub. I'm sorry, I'm trying to keep my eyes on the screen. I heard the alert, and then I saw Trotting. Sorry, chat. I'm getting into quiet mode here. Got 3 1/4 of a lap remaining here. Just trying to eke out a top 5. Hold on. jeez. Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, we've got stuff happening, chat. It looks like Slow Motion Fire has gone into pit lane. Chat, it's happening. Patches Riley in the pit lane as well. I'm up to P4. I can't make it to the end. I almost did it again, chat. I almost lined up on the wrong side. Well, I did. I just was able to make a quick correction. Oh my gosh. I am shivering. Not from cold, but from nerves. Shaking, I guess, is probably more appropriate, like a leaf. Sure, now I want to take that corner quickly. Gosh, I only wish I was able to go the distance here. That would have been so awesome. Would have been so great to catch everybody else taking two. I think I have a slight fuel efficiency advantage here. The way that my gearing is set up, but not enough to really make a significant dent. I'll lose fifth position. Pardon me, fourth. Patches Riley's going to get it back. No, there's no way I'm making it. So no risk. There's no reward in taking that risk. What's actually surprising is how close I came out to Patches Riley. That's what is most surprising to me. Now, Patches has had me this entire race, so I'm not expecting anything awesome here, but it is a good sign. It is a good sign not to be all that far behind and to have a 6-second lead here on Slow Motion Fire with a lap and 3/4 to go. Oh. Hang with me, chat. Hang with me. After this race, we'll talk to a few of our drivers in the driver's spotlight. We'll preview what's ahead in terms of content for the X Adventure channel. Looking forward. So please, don't go anywhere. Hang tight. LS Subaru, our race leader at the moment. Patches Riley out in front of me in 4th. I'm in 5th. Which happens to be the same spot on the overall leaderboard that I occupy entering week 5, the finale here out at Le Mans. Next time by the flag stand will be the white flag. We're racing to the end of 17, not 18. Okay. That was my best run. Not that one. A little wide. It's okay. Midline. Wow. That's definitely my best through that sector. Oh, running wide. I carried it. I carried the speed too much. I still, even though I was having a good run through there, I had to slow down. Can't just keep running the speed through that final left-hander. That section. Up to the start-finish line. The white flag here out at Le Mans. Race number 9, season 53 of the Forza Spec Racing Series. And while I'm sad that it's coming to an end, I'll be happy to get behind just the microphone and not the thumbsticks there for season 54 here in about 4 weeks' time. I appreciate y'all tuning in throughout the season as I try to finish on the overall leaderboard in the top 5. What is happening? That was scary. down the Mulsanne straight for the final time here tonight. Use all the rip'ems. Use them all. Hats off to Patches. Just a tremendous run by Patches here tonight. Stellar performance. Whew. Well, I think the more tricky parts of the track are now behind me. Now it's just a matter of staying clean. Don't spin it out. All that stuff. Oh. Oh! Oh, I tried to make... Oh, I didn't line it up right. Oh! I was going to try to make a run there on Patches, but I did not line it up correctly. Oh, that was so close. How much I would give to have one more lap there. Woo! That was fun. Holy smokes. All right. Finished 5th of 11 drivers who are going to complete the race. And just maybe one more lap. I'm not going to say that I would have gotten around Patches Riley, but something in me there on those last 2 laps was working. Not sure what it was. But a P5 here in the finale, which should keep me in the top 5 overall on the leaderboard, I think. Holy smokes. I am sweaty. How am I showing intent? What? You guys can't see it. No, I'm showing in fifth. Why does that look different on the Oh, that's where we started. That's where we started. I think no, I don't know what I'm not going to worry about it. All right, folks. This is the point of the broadcast where we go ahead and take a quick intermission so that I can kind of one, shed the nerves here, and two, get ready to talk to some of our drivers in the driver's spotlight, share with you what's to come here on the channel in the next coming streams. Whew. Thanks again, Trot and Boots, gifting a sub to Jason A Game 2023. Congratulations there, Jason. Oh my gosh, I I don't even know what to say because I'm still like shaking. I guess I don't have to say anything because we're going into the intermission. You're not going to miss anything, folks, but please do hang tight. Any bit of the ad revenue that comes my way after Twitch takes their cut goes directly back into the broadcast. We'll be back here on the backside of this 3-minute break with the conclusion here to season 53 of the Forza Spec Racing Series. I'm Dustin Moore. You're watching X Adventure here live on Twitch TV and the Forza Spec Racing Series. I'll be right back. And welcome back, X Adventure here live on Twitch TV. I'm Dustin Moore, and I have just completed my final race as a participant in the Forza Spec Racing Series. And man, the first few the first few weeks of the season were sweaty enough. But of course, when we come here to race number 9 of each season, it is a mini endurance event This one clocking in at just over an hour and 25 minutes on those 17 laps. That after the restart within the first 4 laps as a result of a disconnect early on in the race. 11 drivers of the 12 who originally started out here in race number 9 of season 53 completed it, and yours truly getting P5 just behind Patches Riley, able to get that P4 finish. Again, well done there by Patches Riley. That was an awesome, awesome race. I'm just a little curious, what I might have been able to do with one more lap if Patches was indeed falling behind and not necessarily sandbagging. I'm not going to accuse Patches of sandbagging, but man, was able to have about a 10-second lead on me throughout that event. And then there at the end, it came down to the final corners. I tried to line it up, couldn't get the approach quite right. Just ended up into the back end of Patches, and of course, we then come across the line 4th and 5th respectively. All right, so we're going to allow the organizers of FM4 here go ahead and sort out the final point tally. But while that's happening, let's go ahead and turn to the driver spotlight. Blaine Barney here in the first one into the driver spotlight. Blaine Barney, I think you were back behind me, unable to muster a top 5. But where did you finish here?
Sadly, it was only 8th. It was kind of a rough race for me.
Yeah. We saw an incident. By we I mean me. There after the restart where Audrex got collected with maybe it was with the Bronham. Were you a part of that little, I guess, spin up early on after the restart?
Yeah, so Audrex caught the outside wall of Arnage, and I was right in his rear bumper, so there's nothing I could do. I ended up hitting him. I don't know how he got less damage than I did. I was completely 100%. I couldn't go past 60 miles an hour. So I was limping to the pits for like a whole half lap. By the time I got out of the pits, Audrex was a whole minute up the road. So there's really not much I could do there. I got the short end of the stick.
Yeah, that's right. And sometimes, unfortunately, that's just how it goes in racing. And at Arnage, you've got about a quarter of the track remaining. So, yeah, long limp back to pit road there with 100% damage. Obviously, you coming into season 53 last week with your selection of Suzuka in the rain, I don't know that you had high expectations here in the finale, but did you practice here? Were you looking? Was there a particular position where you're thinking, okay, I could finish pretty successfully in maybe 4th, 5th, versus where you were in the end in 8th?
Yeah, the only practice I really had was the hour in the open lobby before the race started. But yeah, I mean, I knew I was faster than Audrex and Fear. Subaru, I was able to either keep up with or be slightly faster than him because I know he did not practice at all. So had I not had that accident, I think it would have been either 2nd or 3rd in that race.
Oh wow. Wow, that would have been really impressive, and of course, bad for me. But I'm one of the few beneficiaries then as a result of that incident. You hate to see it, but again, that's just sometimes how racing pans out. Talking with enraged Barney here in the driver's spotlight. Your fan Penguin is still cheering you on there, despite the race being over, saying you got scammed. That was a hit. It all stacked up from the beginning. But you're their guy there for Penguin.
Yeah. Definitely was a scam. I think Subaru actually put a hit out on me.
Oh.
He paid Audrex for the crash. That's what it was.
Yikes. Gosh. Will the story continue to unfold in season 54? Tune in to find out. We've become quite the soap opera here.
Yep, and I'm obviously the main character, everyone's favorite.
Penguin says, I knew it. I knew it. Barney, looking ahead to season 54. I mean, I know you haven't been able to be much of a part of season 53, but if you're able to be more involved in what could be the final or what should be the final race for the Forza Spec Racing Series in Forza Motorsport 7, which vehicle class and type are you looking to see Subaru select to kind of end this chapter in the FM4 history book?
Well, actually, I think they just announced it like 30 minutes ago during the race, but they're doing a vote for the car this week or
Okay.
this season.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm hoping for my car choice, which is the Ford GT40. That's what I'm
Ooh,
hoping for.
the Ford GT40. Okay. So yeah, in speaking with Slow Motion Fire last week, Slow did allude to the fact that it might be doing something a little bit different here for this final race or final season with the Forza Motorsport 7 title. And so it sounds like what you threw in a recommendation along with a few others, and it's whoever ends up with the most votes. That's going to be the car of choice.
Yep. So
Okay.
when everyone registered for the season,
Yep.
we all put a car in the registration.
Yep.
No one knew what it was for, but apparently
Ah,
whatever we said was put in as a vote or as a choice.
there you go. I'm trying to remember what I put in. Although I haven't been a racer in FM4, I certainly can think of some vehicles that might be high on my list. But I don't know. I'll have to go check it out. Is the poll there in the subreddit? Is that where it's located?
Not yet. I think they
Okay.
said they're gonna release it tomorrow. Tomorrow
Well,
night.
tomorrow night. Okay, we'll get all the details from Slow Motion Fire here in just a little bit. But for those of you who might want to see the GT40, I believe, and we'll confirm this with Slow Motion Fire, but I believe this is going to be one of those things that if you want to have a say in what that vehicle is going to be for Season 54, then you probably are going to have to register to race in Season 54, which is easy peasy. And if you can't even be there for the entire season, no problem. Just be a part. Raise your hand and say, "Hey, I'd like to register for Season 54." And then, of course, when the registration opens, I believe a week before Week 1 gets kicked off, then you can be a part of the fun there in the voting. So, all right, what shout outs you got here, Barney, for the end of Season 53? Beyond just Penguin there rooting you on in the chat.
Also shout out to Boots, another one of my friends who is here tonight. Um, and I don't want to say shout out. It's kind of the opposite. But Audrix, I will hold a grudge against you for that crash.
A shout down, maybe, huh?
Shout down, shout in maybe.
Gotcha. Yeah, Boots, thanks again, gifting us up. Very generous here earlier on in the broadcast while I was in the middle of, I think, like lap 15 or something. Hear the alarm going off. But yeah, an equal amount of appreciation from me to you there, Boots, in addition to Barney giving you dropping your name there. All right, Barney. Well, hey, good to have you here for the 3 races at the end of the season. Hope to see you involved there in Season 54. But until then, have a great next, I don't know, 3-4 weeks, and good work.
Yep. Thank you.
Alrighty. Let's go ahead now. Bring in LS Subaru, our Season 53 champion, our winner out here at Le Mans. LS Subaru, I could see the gap between you and I there on the leaderboard, which ranged anywhere from 30 to 80 seconds. But who was behind you there in second position? I didn't catch that. And was it a contested run for the top spot there, or were you pretty well out in front?
So P2 was Fear,
Okay.
and he was about 20 or so seconds behind.
Okay. Wow.
So yeah, it was a pretty comfortable win.
Yeah, pretty
Um,
comfortable.
would have been a lot closer, I think, if there wasn't any contact between Audrex and Barney. But you know,
Yeah.
these things happen, so that just helped me more.
Yep. That's just racing for you. Sometimes those incidents work in your favor. Sometimes they don't. Um, just depends from incident to incident. You've got the championship here in Season 53, Subaru, but as Barney pointed out, we're going into a polling situation here, going into the final season with Forza Motorsport 7. So assuming that you've had a say in that, did you drop a vehicle that you would like to see used in season 4. It sounds like it was based on the registration form here for this past season.
Yeah, so with my car choice, technically I didn't choose it because the car that I quote unquote chose
Hmm.
was the car that I wanted to actually run for this season,
Okay.
which was, well, the original choice I had was the Forza Edition 2013 Subaru
Ah,
BRZ, but the one they've put in the form is just the standard Subaru BRZ because with the Forza Edition one, you have to progress through the game's uh, career mode
yep.
of the Forza Drivers Cup to unlock it. So they just went with the normal BRZ, and that's the car selection of mine that is on the list. But I'm probably not going to end up actually choosing it. But we'll have to see.
Okay. Well, we'll see. The drivers will have their vote, and perhaps the Subaru as Subaru's choice will make it. But yeah, for those of you who are maybe new to the Forza Spec Racing Series, those vehicles that are harder to come by, um, whether it's because you have to obtain them through career mode or if they're like unicorns that you can only get by doing community events in which Turn 10 then gifts you the vehicle, those are oftentimes excluded in addition to DLC. We'll see how things work out with the new Forza Motorsport title and what that means for what vehicles are open to selection once we transition into that title. But at least for now, that's kind of how things have been going over the years with Forza Motorsport 7. Ella Subaru in the driver's spotlight here. You didn't allow yourself to practice here throughout season 53. You carried the same tune from race number 1 all the way to race number 9. How did that tune work out for you? Obviously, you picked up the win by about 20 seconds over the Fear of the Fun, but was there anything about that that OG tune from race 1, week 1 that was kind of hindering you a little bit here in the finale?
It was all right. There was definitely some things that I could probably have adjusted
Mm-hmm.
or tuned out. But yeah, it got the job done. So that's all that really matters in the end.
And any regrets in your selection of the G65?
Absolutely none
Of
whatsoever.
course not.
Fantastic choice from me, as always.
You know, I think what I was most surprised about the G65 was that it wasn't prone to toppling as I had expected it to be. Seems like if you drop the suspension or drop the vehicle down on the suspension pretty hard and keep it hunkered to the ground, that even though we could get it up on the two wheels, it just isn't going to topple over, or might that have been an issue and I just didn't notice it.
Well, actually, the build is the main reason why, because
Mm.
this the build for this G wagon was solely designed to stop it from doing that. At least stop it as much as they could, which was keeping stock the stock tire compound,
Mm.
then having like the race weight reduction, the adjustable suspension so you can bring it down. Because any other build, like for example, like putting grippier tires on, that would make it more prone to rolling. Not having weight reduction, that would make it more prone to rolling. So yeah, it was kind of all those sorts of things that they did to ensure that the car was, not going to tip over when you're racing.
So now, be truthful with us here, Subaru. Were you hoping that they would overlook that and make uh, a tip or rollover prone G65, or were you thinking that they would catch on to it pretty quickly?
Well, I had a different build in mind.
Yeah.
It wasn't, it was also a car that was also built that wasn't prone to rolling, though I think the one they came up with was probably the best in terms of mitigating that as much as possible. So, yeah, I mean, the best I can do is give them suggestions, and it's
Yeah.
up to them to decide.
Those admins of FM4 are pretty keen to identifying where there might be headaches for the drivers and trying to alleviate that as much as possible and working out the build to definitely lower the risk of rolling the G65 was clearly a top of mind here in Season 53. All right, Subaru, here we are again. You in the winner's circle with another championship to your name. So what are the shout-outs to wrap this one as we transition into the off-season period?
Team, slow for livery, people who organize the series,
Yep.
everyone who watches it and participates.
Keeping it short and sweet, LS Subaru, and quick and up in the front for the majority of the races here. I think that was, your 5th win here in Season 53? You dropped a few as a result of nerfing yourself, but 5th win, I think?
It would be...
5th or 6th, it's got to be, I think.
I think it's 6th because I got 1 in week 1 and then I didn't win either of the races in week 3.
Yeah, Fear picked both of those up. Okay. All right. Well, look at that. He nerfs himself, making it difficult to be as dominating as we've seen in prior seasons, and yet still coming away as the champion. Congratulations, LS Subaru, and look forward to seeing you here for the start of Season 54.
Bye!
All right. Let's go ahead and, I brought myself into the, I took myself out of the broadcast area and into the queue, but bringing Fear the Fun now into the driver's spotlight. Fear, well done. 2nd place finish, this coming off of 2 victories in week number 3. And I believe a 2nd and a 3rd place finish there in week number 4. So you and your computer have been just tearing it up here as of late.
No, I was the one who crashed this week while we did the restart. But other than that, I mean, came home with a 2nd place, I guess.
Well, to crash out of the race and yet still come out with the 2nd place finishes, super, super impressive. Was there
almost killed you in the first half of the race, though.
Oh, yeah.
You were just sat on the line, not moving.
Yeah, I know. I thought my window was active, only to find out it wasn't. I was pressing the trigger and my car was going nowhere. I don't like games that do that. Like whenever you don't have it active, it's not like it doesn't say that, hey, your controller has disconnected or your
it just leaves you there.
It just leaves you there. I had no idea. But I guess that's more of my fault than it is the game. So I'll stop deflecting.
I've been there.
Was there at any point in that race where you were thinking that catching up or keeping pace with Subaru might be possible, or was 2nd the ceiling for you?
He was like Aldrex and Barney got tangled up with the wall coming. I don't know what turn that is. It was the sharp right-hander that was before Porsche curves. And one of them caught the wall, and then the other caught the one who caught the wall. And Subaru, Patches, and Slow, then me all came through. And Subaru was already gone by the time I got in the 2nd. He was like 4 or 5 seconds up the road.
Okay.
So I just kind of played the long game. Did the first pit because I'd already missed my fuel saving window.
Yeah. And
then I went an extra lap on the 2nd pit stop, and I don't even know if I really had a fuel save at that point, but I tried, and I got an extra lap out of it. So if I could have hit my fuel saving window a little bit long in the first one, I think I might have been a little bit more in contention to maybe make a one-stopper out of it. But, I mean, shoulda, woulda, coulda. I think I did okay coming out in the 2nd and all and everything.
You and me both. I there toward the end, I was like, man, if I would have been a little bit more planful here, I might have been able to eke out a one-stop race there after the restart. But of course, without any practice, that wasn't going to happen. And yeah, same with you. Coulda, shoulda, woulda. But it is what it is. Talking with Fear the Fun here in the driver's spotlight. What did you think about the G65 throughout the season here?
Is it
the
weird
season in which you were able to stay on the track longest, I think, out of most of the more recent seasons.
Is it weird that I dislike the car, but it was probably one of my best cars generally. Like,
Yeah.
I've a 3 seconds, a couple thirds, I think, and I absolutely fucking. Oh, no, sorry. Sorry, Mama. No, I hated it. I didn't really like the car. It wasn't didn't really gel with me. I couldn't get a tune right for it. Like, I would have to make on the fly adjustments early, like during practice, and then I would just kind of like throw it at the wall and hope it stick if it made or make it stuck if it made sense. Uh, I did wild swings. Even when I disconnected, I came back in and I extended my gears, moved the center of gravity for my differentials and stuff
Okay.
around and whatnot.
Yeah.
To help me do a little bit better. And I mean, granted, I was throwing things at the wall hoping it's sick, but it stuck, so it worked.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever works. I'm with you. The G65, I mean, there's no way I could even look at that car or even look back at how I performed in that vehicle here in season 53 and go, "Oh, that's a surprise. I'm actually more happy with that vehicle or comfortable with that vehicle than I expected." No, I still look back at on the season and think, gosh, that was just a lot to handle, that vehicle, and much rather would have had that season in something else. But overall, genuinely or generally pleased with what I was able to do with it. So
you should have spectated this season like you normally do, and then gone to next season because we're doing car voting for next season.
yeah.
So, like, we're either gonna get something really cool or something that everybody loves, even if it might be bad.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that's true. That's true. But I guess it is what it is. No, I really wanted to make sure because, of course, we didn't know when what the new release date was for Forza Motorsport. So yeah, I was like, well, who knows? Maybe season 53 will be it. And then, of course, we learned that it's not until October that we get the new one. So one more season here for Forza Motorsport 7 in the Forza Spec Racing Series League. Beer, what do you have to say to anybody who's watching who maybe they were into Forza Motorsport, or perhaps they are currently into Forza Motorsport? They're looking forward to the next title, but they haven't done any community-based league racing in a while, and maybe they want to kind of get ready for the next title. What's your invitation to them here for season 54?
a lot of leagues for Forza and anywhere they have splits, right? For good, bad, ugly, whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
We're not that kind of race organization. You could be brand new starting, or you could be a veteran, or like one of the best drivers on the game, like Subaru is. It doesn't matter. We take everybody of all skill levels everywhere. We got Subaru lives in Australia. We had guys a long time ago, or not so long ago, that were from like Britain and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like, we take everybody, all walks of life. Like, I live in Florida. Slow lives in Iowa. The other one lives in Wisconsin and whatnot. Like, anybody, like, if you're here to have fun and you have a good time, we're that group for you.
Yeah.
On the flip side, we all get like we do car guessing, so everybody gets to. So if you can guess what the next car is going to be through like pictures or whatnot, then you get a track choice.
Yeah.
So we try to make it so like winning isn't everything. So like, okay, let's say like Subaru, who's won every season for the last 11 seasons now.
Sure. 11, 52. I don't know.
So, I mean, like, we've done a couple like other ways to like get different cars that aren't just his track picks in, and we're doing that again. But we're all, or not his track picks, but his car choices.
Yeah.
And then like we make it so like he may get car choices, but we get track picks.
Okay.
So it helps even it out a little bit, so it's not just one person doing everything. I think we might talk about situations like Subaru where it's one person who gets to choose the car season in and season out and this and that, and there's not like, it's not that there isn't a variety, but just to make it a little bit more, I don't want to even say fair or equitable, but just give other people a shot to have their cars put in there.
Okay.
But I mean, it's not to punish Subaru for being good. It's just, allow there to be a variety of cars. because everybody's like, he gets to choose this, he gets to choose that. It's like it's one person's ideas, and we would like to have more than one person's ideas when it comes to cars.
Yeah.
So.
Well,
yeah, we're here. Go ahead.
And then you get people like Barney who guess the vehicle correctly each time, and then always throw Suzuka in the rain on the schedule too.
Right, they've always got to ruin a good schedule with Suzuka in the rain or something
a good
like
schedule, yeah.
that.
Well, speaking with Fear here in the driver's spotlight, so yeah, I think what Fear is saying, in addition to the fact that hey, the league is very accommodating for drivers of all skill levels, no matter where you are in the world. Able to make the connections not only in the lobby, but then also, keeping everybody involved, engaged in the action. If you're not great at tuning, they've got people to help you out with that. If you're not great at putting a livery on your car, but yet you want to look good out on the track, they can help you out, point you in the right direction for that. So
trust me, we have pre-built setups. Like we don't build it for people, but like if we have a setup that's good for us, we'll post it. If you want like our numbers for tunes and whatnot, we'll give it to you. If you need somebody to paint something, you can contact somebody and they'll throw something together for you. Like you can come in brand new, not know what you're doing.
Yeah.
But if you're, and you don't even have to be willing to learn. You just want to be here and you want to be, maybe try to be fast. Just ask for somebody's tune and there'll be more than likely be like, yep, here's the numbers, here's that, whatever. If you need a good paint job or if you just want a paint job that isn't generic, like black, white, yellow, whatever, with a number box, they'll do that for you too. You just got to give them a little bit of time. We're very welcoming to everybody.
Yep, that's right. Go ahead.
Just be cool. That's it.
Just be cool. Yeah, absolutely. And that mostly means, at least on the track, minding your P's and Q's, just knowing where you are with respect to others who are on the track. If you got lead lap cars that are coming on to you and you're a lap traffic car, don't worry about that. Don't get too discouraged by that. Still run your own race, but be mindful of where you are on the track and allowing those who are faster to get around you safely. And if you make a mistake, no biggie. And of course, trying to flatten that learning curve for you so that if not racing AI in single-player career mode is something that you're trying to grow out of, or I should say, if racing single-player AI is something you're trying to grow out of, then they can certainly help you out with that, not only on the tuning side and the painting side, but also giving you pointers in terms of what you should be doing, where's your line. They've got practice, they've got test and tune nights, they've got all kinds of ways for you to improve your racing game here in Forza Motorsport throughout the season.
I'd argue we're the most consistent league that is on Forza right now.
I wouldn't argue that. Well, I'd straight up say it. I'd be like, that's just the way it is.
We've been doing this since I think it's 2013, maybe 2014. I don't remember exactly when.
Yeah.
And in the time that I've been here since, like I started in season 2. I did a couple of seasons. Then I skipped a couple of seasons. I came back. In that time, I don't think we've strayed from Tuesdays, all except for one time. And that's because we had, I think it was either low turnout or there was a holiday or whatnot. We had the 4th of July holiday that was on a Tuesday this year. Yeah. But I don't think we've had any other disruptions to a Tuesday night race, except I think it was Forza was having connection issues, and we moved it to that next Wednesday, that following Wednesday, the day after.
Yeah.
And we've had no issues since. Like, we stick to Tuesdays. We stick to 7 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Eastern. Every Tuesday, except for off when it's off week or whatnot. Like when the season's end, we have an off week, and then we'll have a fun week. Then we'll have test and tune, and then we'll go into 5 weeks of straight racing.
Yeah. Yeah, folks, they've been doing this since Forza Motorsport 4, which we're looking at about 10 years now, the Forza Spec Racing Series. So Beer is not joking when he says that this league has been doing it the most consistent. Sure, there has been some adjustments made here and there. They're trying to keep it interesting, keep things competitive and fun. So things change from time to time. We've seen some rule changes just in the 25 or so seasons that I've been commentating. So things, if you participate and you think you've got an idea to make things more enjoyable, and all that, then by all means share that input, that feedback with Slow and Company, and who knows, maybe they'll even build it into the season. So you never know.
We're always up for suggestions, requests, whatever. Like if it makes sense or if it could add something to it, then absolutely we'll look at it.
Speaking of rules, Soul Motion Fire has jumped into the chat here regarding your comment a little bit ago about you making an adjustment during the yellow flag or the restart period. He's calling you out, saying that you're bending the rule there.
No, nobody said we can't change. I do not see it in reading. I know the rules, and I've seen 0 rules on adjusting in the pits. That's exactly what I did. I went to the pits. I adjusted the tune to make the car better, and you know what? I made the car better.
Hey, Slow, if you want to go ahead and invalidate his finish there, disqualify that finish, I could put a vote to that. I could say yay to that one.
You guys are just gonna shove me down the not even just the leaderboard of the race, the whole season leaderboard.
Yeah,
I go from being third to like 45th or something like that.
It's new. The situation didn't sit right with me. It is retroactive in enforcement. Okay, fine. you lucked out this time here, Fear.
No, I think he said it applies to this time because it's retroactive.
Yeah.
So that means it can go back.
Okay. Right. Let's make it happen. We'll put an asterisk next to your name for the final point tally here for season 53.
I just get double zeros, let's call it. Lose all my championship points. I fall behind everybody. All of it was for naught.
Yeah.
Gonna go rot in a sack and cry for a little bit. It'll be all right.
Good job, but not good job.
Yep.
What shout-outs you got here, Fear, before we wrap things up here and take a little bit of a break from FM4, or at least I do. I know you all keep it up, keep things going. But what shout-outs you got here?
You not coming back for at least next season?
I'll be commentating. I won't be
racing. Yeah. You won't be racing, huh? No, shout out to you, man. You've been doing this for, like you said, 25 or so seasons. You've been great. You've missed a few seasons, but that's all because like people have their own lives and stuff that they got to do and whatnot. But other than that, man, you've been great. You're awesome to listen to. I love going back, watching your streams, love interacting with you. It's been nice. It's been fun. I really enjoy what you do. I hope you keep doing it, and hopefully with the next game you get some more viewers, you get some more eyes on you, and maybe you can go a little bit further with this whole streaming thing, eh?
Who knows? I like it as a hobby, but I won't turn away additional viewers. So sure, I'm right there with you, and I think it's gonna happen. I think it's a real thing that once the community is kind of reinvigorated here with the new title, that we'll see some more followership. We'll see the Forza Spec Racing Series perhaps back up to full lobbies as we saw when I first started this thing with y'all. So yeah, so I'm excited for it. But
you know what you're gonna have to do, right?
What's that?
You know what you're gonna have to do, right? You got to call in sick on October 5th, and you got to be playing this game for a couple weeks. And just...
Oh well, I don't. Yeah, I mean, I'll get my single player action in here for the stream so that one, I can make sure that I'm able to know about some of these vehicles that you'll all be racing, so that I can actually commentate on them for good enough, and then also just so I have my own progression through the game. I always enjoy. Racing multiplayer is maybe a little bit much for me, but like I said, so that I can have the full inventory of vehicles so that when you all hit the track, I can do a little bit of research. So I will definitely be doing that. Cratrium, hello Cratrium, nice of you to join us here in the chat with a Forza hot tub. There's no hot tub. I don't. That world of Twitch is foreign to me. I know nothing about that. All right, Fear. Well, hey, thanks for chat. Likewise, I know you're throwing kudos my way, but same to you for coming in here, giving us all a good chuckle. You're always great to chat with. Well done on your finish here, and then of course your 2 victories there in week number 3 for what should give you, I think, a second place finish here in season 54. Very well, or excuse me, season 53. Very well done.
Points are already tallied. Audrex got me by 6 points.
Oh, Audrex. All right.
Yeah, he got wrecked, but you know what? He came back for 3rd place this race, and by golly, if that 3rd place wasn't all he needed to keep up with me. So
okay. Well done either way. top 3 here for season 53. Looking forward to seeing what vehicles picked for season 54, and next time I'll be spectating, so we'll get to see how well you perform there.
Remember, you have a choice in the next season's car, so vote.
I gotta remind myself of that. We'll get some details here from Slow Motion Fire. Thank you very much, Fear, and congrats.
Yep, take it easy, Dustin.
You bet. All right, there's Fear the Fun, and let's go ahead and bring in Slow Motion Fire. Before we talk about what is what for season 54, Slow. You had me sweating there through basically from the restart on. Obviously you were out in front of me before the restart happened, but there were some things that happened. Tell us what set you back a little bit there. The early part of the restarted 17-lap race out of Le Mans.
Oh, it was that incident with Barney and Audrex. I had to check up for all of that when the whole field checked up, and I just ended up with a terrible drive after I checked up, and everybody got around me, so I had to work out of that hole.
Was it? I don't think it required a pit stop, but obviously just set you back in terms of your pace there for a lap or two.
Yeah, no pit stop, just all position there.
That's sometimes sometimes just how it works out, and I was a benefactor of that. But man, there were some laps where you came within 3 seconds, I think, of my pace and my position on the track, and then it seemed like there after that first stop following the restart, which was toward the end of the race, I was able to put another 3 seconds on you, effectively increasing that lead by 6 seconds, and you weren't able to catch up. Not to say that I was that good, but just didn't work out for you that you're able to get back into the top 5 there.
Yeah, I'd chipped away with that until that final pit stop. I think I had you down to like maybe 4.5 seconds, and then you had a much better pit lap and gained a couple seconds back on me, and that kind of sealed it at that point. I needed a whole other green flag run there, I think, to maybe get that additional 4 seconds.
Yeah, and I could have used one more lap to have a go at Patches. I don't know if Patches was maybe just slowing down there toward the end of the race. Perhaps it couldn't have been to conserve fuel because we had all already stopped. But I somehow was able to close that gap on Patches there all the way up to that last chicane before the start-finish line, and was hopeful that I could maybe make a miraculous pass. Didn't happen. But how many cars did you have to work through after the incident with Audrex, Barney? How far did you drop back?
Oh, I think I was maybe back as far as 10th.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's a good recovery from 10th back up to 6th. Not bad at all.
and then a good portion of that was spent battling with Dab and Kuda. We had kind of a 3-car battle.
Okay.
Good chunk of that race, so
I have them to thank for holding you up a little bit, probably, as you guys battled it out.
Yeah, but I can't complain because I think we were 3 wide for a ton of that, so it was a fun battle. So,
Fear the Fun gave us an update on his final standing. It sounds like 3rd overall championship points coming out of or at the end here of season 53. I know you had an advantage going into race number 9 here over me. You were in 4th. I was 5th overall on the leaderboard. Being that I haven't checked those out yet, how did it all sort out between the two of us here for season 53?
yeah, so we didn't shuffle there. You didn't gain enough points on me. Ended up with I had 321 points, and you ended up with 304.
Yeah. The drop week rule, and then I could have definitely benefited from you being further back in this finish here in race number 9. Just wasn't in the cards. But hey, I'll take a top 5 for showing up kind of on a whim, not really, but kind of, and grabbing top 5. I'll take that.
Yeah, you had a good finish there, and I got to give credit to Audrex, who had just a crazy run there
Hmm.
for being involved in that early crash and then having to pit early and then still running clear back and finishing third. He was a man on a mission.
Audrex, and then how about Patches too? Patches entering week number 5, 8th overall with 186 points, back behind Midnight Rider, Modern Weapon, myself, you. Patches finishing in 4th here, and although, like I said, there toward the end, kind of, I was able to get into the picture. For the most part, I think was averaging like a 10-second lead on me. So Patches apparently was on point here in race number 9.
Yeah, he ran a good race. He was kind of lucked out and was able to I that sounds meaner than it should be, but he was able to take advantage of a
Oh, yeah.
bunch of people's mistakes and really worked his way through the field as kind of everybody around him was having issues. So he managed to run a clean race there, and it paid off for him.
Yeah, no, I'm in that bucket too. One, had it not been for the restart with the bringing the group back together, I would have had a lot of work to do. And then of course the incident after the restart really helped change the perspective of the race. Because if there hadn't been that restart, that incident may not have happened, and therefore we wouldn't have been in the such good position, Patches and I. But we took advantage of that, and we didn't relax after we got up there. We made sure to hold our position. So yeah, good job, Patches. Great job there, Audrex, making it back up through. I mean, it's incredible. It really shows that whenever I'm in spectate mode and we see folks have something that sets them back and then they charge back up through the field, just proves how remarkable that is, how much skill, composure that takes to make that happen. So that does not go overlooked. What about you? I mean, finishing 4th overall, how many points back were you from Fear?
Let's see, championship points. He was sitting at 361, and I was at 321.
Okay.
So he needed to have some major issues
Yeah.
tonight for me to gain on him. But
those 2 victories in week number 3, definitely a difference maker there for Fear in finishing top 3 on the in championship points. But what do we do about this? You mentioned it in the chat about this making adjustments to the car on a restart that was necessitated by his disconnect. Goes and makes some tweaks.
yeah, that sounds like a Sterling jumped out of the car and started working on it under a red flag and got penalized. I think we're gonna have to do the same to Fear.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, I haven't even thought about like the whole picture of it, but yes, that analogy makes perfect sense to me. You see that?
I mean,
You hear that,
that's
Fear?
what I'm envisioning.
Yeah, you hear that, Fear? Slow's coming for you. It sounds like there's going to be these are unofficial results as of now. No, we're all just kidding. Of course, that wouldn't be to the spirit and intent of the Forza Spec Racing Series and its beer league nature. But I don't know. We'll keep an eye on him, right? Is that what we'll have to do?
You have to.
He's kind of under what do they call it? Probation at this point now.
Permanent probation.
Permanent probation. There's no getting out of it now, Fear. You're just permanently under the microscope.
Secret double probation.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, all right. So looking ahead to season 54, which is supposed to be now, of course, I guess the only thing that could change this is if Turn 10 has some sort of drastic change in their timeline here. But season 4, at least as of right now, the final season of the Forza Spec Racing Series in Forza Motorsport 7. Fear's already talked about it. I think Barney and Subaru have already mentioned it, but what are we looking at here going into season 54? How is the car going to be determined here in the coming weeks?
Well, yeah, we intend for this to be our last season in FM7, but like you said, anything can happen here. We don't date could change, or they've shown us so little of this game, we have no idea what's actually coming. So we'll have to see. But yeah, we intend this to be the last. So what we're doing is we're doing a car vote. So when everyone registered for this season, we had a question that asked what car they would like to race in FM7 before the game went away. So we pulled all those cars that everybody picked and we threw them into a vote here. So over the next week, we're going to have everyone voting on that, and that will determine the car for next season. And then, as I said last week, on all the tracks that we think aren't going to make the cut and return. So we're kind of going to hold out on that as much information as we can. And before Test and Tune Night, we'll put together a schedule of all the tracks we anticipate won't be returning. And this will be the farewell tour.
Farewell tour for those that may not return here in the new Forza Motorsport title. And you might have said it, and I just missed it, but for those who might be curious about the voting process, do they have to be planned registrants for season 54, or is the voting just open to anyone?
Yeah, we'd like to limit it to those that intend on racing in the series, and then that way we get kind of a driver's pick, if you will.
Okay, so while the poll will be available before registration ever is for season 54, keep that in mind. If you'd like to have a say in what that vehicle is for the final season within Forza Motorsport 7, then plan to complete the registration once that becomes available before the season starts. And then, of course, if you're not able to be there for the entirety of the season, that's fine. Race what you can, but ideally, those who are going to be racers will have the say in the car. Is it a blind vote? Are people going to see which car is leading when they go to cast their vote, or is that going to be removed so that it's kind of a surprise all the way up until the point in which you all tally up the votes and see who the winner is?
You know, I'm not 100% certain. Modern Weapons set all this up, but the last time we did a vote, it was all done blind. So
Okay.
I'm assuming that's how we set it up this time as well.
All right. So you won't know. You might want to. You're thinking you may cast your vote for the vehicle that's the most popular, but if it is blind to you, then you're just going to have to go with the one that you like the most. So that makes it interesting for sure. All right. Well, I think
the last time we did this, we ended up with the Cadillac limousine.
So. Yes. Well,
who knows what the car will be for next season?
I mean, being that the poll is not up yet, can we expect an oddity like that, or was the car that everybody, put in their registration for season 53? Are they all like, I guess, typical, track cars? Are there a few oddities?
There's some that are kind of mundane, and then there's some that are some oddballs. I believe the Mercedes racing truck is in there.
Oh.
We've got there's a trophy truck in there. There's kind of some more meme cars like the Crown Vic and the Prowler are in there, and then we've got some more standard cars. There's the Ferrari, what is it? The Magnum PI one, the GTB, the 80s Ferrari.
Interesting.
Some front-wheel drive cars in there. There's truly a little bit of everything to pick from, so we'll see what comes out on top.
Gotcha. And for those of you who heard Mercedes racing truck, yes, we're talking like the big cab, diesel engine truck that would normally be hauling a fifth wheel behind it or a trailer behind it, but instead is adapted for the racing circuit. So that could be interesting. Wow. A variety. If you want to know what vehicles are part of the polling, then, of course, again, plan to be a participant in Season 54. If you don't look to be a participant, well, certainly you could still be in the FM4 community over at reddit.com/r/FM4. The link is there for you in the chat. And did you say, Slow, when that goes up? Is that tomorrow?
Round 1 will go up tomorrow.
Several rounds, okay.
Yes, so we've got round 1, we've got 3 groups of cars, and the top 2 from each group will move on.
Okay. All right, so a bracket situation going on here.
Yes.
Okay.
So round 1 goes up tomorrow at 7 p.m. Central. And then round 2 is August 4th. And the final round is August 6th.
Okay. There you go, which is plenty of time in advance of season 54. So even after the car is announced, you'll have a bit of time to work with it, test it, tune it, and all that stuff. And then, of course, slow for those who might be wanting to do a little bit of racing with the Forza Spec Racing Series crew before season 54. What do you all have on tap here over the next few weeks?
Well, next week is nothing. That is the off week. And then we will start back the Tuesday after that on the 15th. That will be Gap Week Fun Race. That's just a night of nonsense. We got everything from relay races to soapbox derbies to friction assist free-for-all, all sorts of fun nonsense. And then the week following that will be test and tune for season 54. So that is the 22nd. That will start up.
22nd, leaving the 29th, the last Tuesday of the month of August for week number 1, season 54. All right, Slow. Well, hey, I wish our battles would have been like what we had seen there in week number 1. Of course, then I had my internet connectivity issues. Fortunately, that went away for the remainder of the season. But even so, to be just behind you, I'll say just behind you. Some others might be saying, "Oh, that gap is pretty big there in terms of points." But for you to go 5th, you to go 4th, me go 5th. I'm pretty happy with that, and yeah, I'll chalk that up as a win, and congrats to you for besting me. Although, whatever that's worth.
Yeah, would have liked to seen the battle on the track rather than in the spreadsheet, but I guess a battle's a battle. I'll take the spreadsheet battle if I have to.
Likewise. Any other shout-outs here to wrap up season 53?
Yeah, shout out for helping to put all this together, and shout out to Kuda for putting together all the graphics you see throughout the season that we post up, and he did all the graphics work on the car voting, so it's great to have him doing all that. Really makes us look way more professional than we have any right to look. And yeah, shout out to everybody that participates in the series and all the viewers that watch, and great to have you. And this series would be nothing without any of you, so.
For sure. I mean, to have the 12 racers, I think at some point, in total here in season 53, it looks like there were 15 drivers in total. To have that many at this point in Forza Motorsport 7's, I guess, life cycle is dang impressive. So looking forward to seeing what 54 brings, and then, of course, the transition in the new Forza Motorsport. But all in all, great season put together by you and the team, and I definitely had a good time. It was what I was expecting, probably even more so because of how sweaty I was after those races. It was a lot more contested than I would have anticipated. I was more, I guess, I was doing better than I expected, so that made it that much more enjoyable. Great fun, and so my recommendation is, there you go. You all have seen me participate in the FM4, so do it yourselves. Be a part of it, and even if you do one season and you're like, okay, it's not for me, fine. At least you gave it a shot. All right, Slow, thank you so much, and look forward to chatting with you all again here in about 4 weeks' time.
Yeah, we'll catch you next season, Dustin. Enjoy the off time.
Definitely will. Thank you very much. And that brings us to the end here of tonight's broadcast, but that is not the end of the content here in the month of August. As a matter of fact, this past week with a couple of streams getting canceled because I was doing some family stuff, which I was very happy to be able to do, we get back into the regularly scheduled programming here of Fridays, Sundays, and Tuesdays, and the regular programming in between the Forza Spec Racing Series. So, of course, we'll have Season 54 coming on August the 29th, but that doesn't mean the Tuesday broadcasts go away. No, in fact, we'll have more Forza content for you in the form of Forzatography. Forza Horizon 5, Forzatography coming at you next Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, and the 2 Tuesdays thereafter. So 3 weeks worth of Forzatography, and then as you can see there, we're going to be heading to Oklahoma in American Truck Simulator this Friday, starting at 6 p.m. Eastern, and then Sunday, starting at 9 a.m. Eastern. And then for those of you who are like, man, that's a lot of ATS content, those are the 2 ATS streams that I have forecasted here for the rest of August. So if you really want to see me with the new Oklahoma content, Friday, Sunday are the days to do it. If you can't see it live, do know that the videos on demand will be available here to you on Twitch. And then we'll be checking out some other stuff here throughout the week or throughout the month. SnowRunner Sunday will be returning starting August 13th. So we'll have at least a couple of SnowRunner Sundays here in the month of August. We'll have the Forza photography streams that I've already talked about. I'll have some other Friday content that I don't yet know or don't at least have announced on the schedule that I will get populated here over the next few days so that you know what to expect. And then, like I said, somewhere in there, I anticipate having a birthday month stream in which I'm going to be playing games that aren't from the 80s and the 90s, but pay homage to those decades. So if you're interested, be on the lookout for that. Of course, as soon as I have that scheduled, then I'll also be mentioning it here throughout the broadcast. And then I guess the last thing I have to say is, again, thank you so much to Ghibli for the subscription here. 40 months subscribed to the channel. Trotting Boots with the gifted sub to Jason A. Game 2023. Enjoy there, Jason, the ad-free viewing. So that takes us up to, I think, 12 concurrent subscribers right now. If between now, because it is August 1st, between now and the end of the month of August, if I hit 39, 29. Oh, to be 29 again. If I were matching the subs up to 29 to be my age, that would be a trip back in time. But no, if I hit 39 concurrent subscribers here in the month of August, between now and August 31st, then a Lego DeLorean, that's a Back to the Future Lego set. I'll do a Lego DeLorean build here live on the stream. We've done one of these with a Corvette ZR1, so that's the sub goal here in the month of August. And if we don't hit it, no biggie. It is a lofty goal, but I'm not any younger than 39, and so that's what I've set it to is my age here for the birth month of August. So if you are enjoying the content and you wish to contribute just that much more, then a subscription will bring us one step closer to 39. And who knows? Maybe we'll be building a DeLorean here. That does it between now and Friday. Yes, and Friday stream, although it should be my longer Friday stream, there's stuff happening here that has got it being the later start of 6 p.m. Eastern, so you're not mistaken. For those of you who are like, oh, Dustin, this should be the longer Friday. Yep, you're right, but it will be a 6 p.m. start. But into Oklahoma we'll go with American Truck Simulator, so if you're here for that, awesome. If not, we'll be doing it again on Sunday, 9 a.m. Eastern. If not, hope to catch you maybe next Tuesday for some photography. Until then, stay happy. Oh my gosh, where's my closing music? Hold on, chat. Jeez. I swear I downloaded. There's something. Something's missing. This isn't correct. Okay. I don't know how I messed this up. I had something. Wait for it. Wait for it. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. Let's go with this. Maybe, I guess. I don't know what this is. Doesn't sound right, but we'll make it happen. Thanks again for y'all hanging out. Oh, it's so loud too. There we go. Until next time, be happy, be healthy, be kind to one another. Adios. Peace.